Nkem was a poor tailor who loved his wife, Amara, very much. But one day he found out a big secret about his wife, Amara. This shocking truth changed everything and tested Nkem's love, trust, and strength. Nkem was a young man from Umuocha village. He worked as a tailor in Owerri. His shop was small, but people loved his neat sewing. He had big dreams. One sunny morning, a tall woman walked into his shop. She wore a red gown and dark glasses. Her name was Amara. From that day, Nkem's life changed. Amara brought a wrapper to sew. But after that, she kept coming. One day she brought zobo. Another day she brought jollof rice. Nkem smiled a lot whenever she came. Nkem's. Soon they started walking together. They laughed like old friends. One day Amara said, "I like you, Nkem. You are not like other men." Nkem's heart danced. After 3 months, Nkem went to see Amara's parents. He wore his best white kaftan. He carried yam, palm oil, and a bottle of schnapps, like tradition demands. Amara's father, Chief Ebube, welcomed him. Chief Ebube was rich. His house had tiled floors, big chairs, and a big dog. Nkem was nervous, but he smiled. Chief Ebube gave him a hard look. "Young man, can you take care of my daughter?" he asked. "Yes, sir," Nkem replied. "I will do my best." They agreed to the marriage. Nkem went back to the village and danced with joy. Mama Nkem killed a goat and told everyone, "My son has found a wife." The wedding was big. People came from the city and the village. There was music, suya, and drinks. Amara looked like a queen. Nkem was so proud. But something was strange. Chief Ebube danced too closely with his daughter. He whispered things in her ear and she blushed. Nkem noticed, but kept quiet. After the wedding, Amara moved into Nkem's house. It was a small one-room house behind his shop. She didn't complain, but she always looked at her phone. One evening, Nkem saw Amara hiding to talk on her phone. He asked, "Who are you talking to?" She said, "My daddy. He likes to check on me." At first, Nkem was happy. She has a father who loves her, he thought. But one day, he saw a new phone in her bag. It was an iPhone. "Where did you get this?" he asked. "My daddy bought it," Amara answered quickly. "He just wants me to be happy." Nkem nodded, but felt uneasy. More strange things happened. Amara started coming home late. She said she went to the salon or visited her cousin. But Nkem saw red lipstick in her bag. She never wore lipstick before. One night, Nkem followed her. She entered a big hotel near Port Harcourt Road. He waited outside. After 2 hours, she came out with a man. It was Chief Ebube. Nkem hid behind a car. He saw them laughing and holding hands. "What is happening?" he whispered to himself. "That is her father." The next morning, he acted normal. He gave Amara tea and bread. "Did you sleep well?" he asked. "Yes," she said, smiling. But Nkem's mind was burning. He called Obinna, his best friend. "Obinna, I saw my wife and her father in a hotel together last night." Obinna said, "Are you sure? That sounds very strange." Nkem and Obinna planned. They would follow Amara again. 3 days later, she said she was going to the market. They followed her on a bike. Amara entered the same hotel. After 15 minutes, Chief Ebube arrived. They kissed. Obinna almost shouted, "Chineke!" But Nkem held him. Nkem cried that night. "How can my wife be doing this with her own father?" But something did not add up. He began to suspect something deeper. He went to the village to see Mama Nkem. "Mama, are fathers allowed to behave this way?" Mama dropped her broom and said, "What are you talking about?" He explained everything. Mama gasped, "My son, that man is not her real father." "What?" Nkem shouted. "Yes, Amara was adopted. Her real father died when she was small. So Chief Ebube is not her blood father?" "No," Mama said. "They only say that to look good. That man is her mother's old lover, not her father."
She agreed. At the house, he watched them closely. He stood up and shouted, "I know everything. You are not her father, and you have been giving her money and sleeping with her." Chief Ebube laughed. "And so what? Can you take care of her like I do? You are just a tailor." Nkem's fists clenched. Amara cried, "Nkem, I'm sorry. He helped me since I was young. I didn't know how to stop. Please forgive me." Nkem looked at her, heartbroken. People clapped for Nkem. His story inspired many. Boys who wanted to be Yahoo boys changed their minds. Girls who wanted sugar daddies went to learn work. Years later, Amara gave birth to twins, a boy and a girl. They named them Uche, meaning wisdom, and Ngozi, meaning blessing. Chief Ebube tried to come back and visit, but Amara refused. "You lost my respect. Stay away from my children." Nkem told the twins, "Be truthful. Be content." Let no one buy your heart with money. They listened. Mama Nkem danced at the naming ceremony. She said, "Thank God for healing this home." Obinna became a pastor. He always used Nkem's story as an example in church. The town of Umuocha now tells the story like a legend. Children whisper, "That's the man who forgave his wife after she fell for her sugar daddy, her fake father." Nkem became a chief. They gave him the title Ome N'Udo, the one who chooses peace. At the market, women smiled at Amara and said, "You are lucky your husband has sense." She always replied, "It is not luck, it is grace." The sun rose on Umuocha village one morning, and two kids ran across the road. "Daddy, Daddy!" they shouted. Nkem smiled and lifted them up. He looked at his wife. "Thank you for coming back." She said, "Thank you for not giving up on me." They went inside their house, which now had 2 rooms and a parlor. The house was built with love, not lies. Nkem sat on the chair, wiped his brow and said, "Peace is better than plenty money without peace." And that day, he picked up his needle and thread, ready to sew another dress, this time with joy in his heart. The past was behind them, the future was waiting. And in the small village of Umuocha, love had won again.
Thank you so much for listening to today's enchanting story. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe for more magical tales that spark your imagination. Every story is a door to a new adventure, and I'm so glad you walked through it with me today. Stay curious, stay kind, and keep dreaming big. Until next time, keep the magic alive in your heart. I'll see you again soon for another wonderful story. Bye for now.